welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be looking at the challenge of making heat storage more efficient.
Yeah.
And our focus is this study that was published in the Journal of Energy Storage, all about graphene and paraffin.
Yeah, it's all about those microscopic interactions, that affect how well materials can store and release heat.
Right.
Crucial stuff, if we're thinking about better energy solutions.
Absolutely. You shared this study with me because you're particularly interested in how to enhance the thermal conductivity of materials like paraffin. What was it about this research that initially caught your eye?
Well, paraffin waxes are already superstars at storing heat.
Okay.
They have this high latent heat capacity, but their Achilles heel is their low thermal conductivity. Imagine waiting forever for a pan to heat up on the stove. That's the bottleneck scientists are trying to solve.
And that's where graphene comes in, right?
Yeah.
This single layer of carbon atoms arranged in a honeycomb lattice is renowned for its exceptional conductivity.
Yes. Graphene's unique structure allows it to transport heat incredibly efficiently.
Right.
The researchers wanted to see if incorporating graphene into paraffin could supercharge its heat transfer capabilities.
So they experimented with two different configurations.
Yes.
Graphene layers running parallel to the heat flow and layers positioned perpendicularly.
Right.
Almost like tiny walls.
Yeah.
What did they learn from these different setups?
Well, the parallel configuration led to a fascinating discovery.
Okay.
It boosted the thermal conductivity of the paraffin itself, not just at the point of contact with the graphene.
Interesting.
It appears the presence of those parallel graphene layers influences how the paraffin molecules arrange themselves, enhancing their inherent conductivity.
That's remarkable. So it's not just the graphene acting as a conduit, it's actually making the paraffin a better conductor too.
Precisely, it's a synergistic effect.
Okay.
Now, another surprising finding relates to the state of the paraffin, whether it's solid or liquid.
You mean whether the wax is melted or not?
Exactly.
I would assume a liquid would conduct heat better, but the study found the opposite.
Yeah.
The interface between solid paraffin and graphene actually showed higher thermal conductivity.
Right. It seems counterintuitive, but it comes down to the molecular structure.
Okay.
When paraffin solidifies, the molecules become more ordered, forming these neatly stacked layers at the interface with the graphene. It's like creating a smoother, more direct pathway for heat to flow.
So those neatly stacked paraffin molecules create a better connection with the graphene, leading to more efficient heat transfer. That's fascinating. What other unexpected findings emerged from this research?
Well, they discovered something intriguing about the thickness of the graphene layers.
Okay, this is where I had my aha moment. The study showed that thinner graphene layers actually resulted in better thermal conductance. I would have thought more graphene meant more conductivity.
Yeah.
What's the explanation for that?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But there seems to be a limit to how much graphene is beneficial.
Okay.
Beyond a certain thickness, the gains in thermal conductance start to diminish.
So it's not a simple case of more is better. It's about finding that sweet spot, where the graphene enhances the paraffin's properties without introducing any negative side effects.
Exactly. Now, to fully grasp why these phenomena occur, we need to delve deeper down to the atomic level.
Okay.
This is where a technique called vibrational power spectrum analysis comes into play.
Let's unpack that. It sounds pretty complex. What does looking at atomic vibrations? Tell us about thermal conductivity.
Well, at its core, heat is simply the vibration of atoms and molecules.
Okay.
The hotter something is, the more intensely its atoms vibrate.
Right.
When heat flows from one material to another, those vibrations are transferred.
So the more efficiently those vibrations can be passed along, the better the heat flow.
Right.
This vibrational power spectrum analysis lets us examine how those vibrations are interacting at the atomic level between the graphene and paraffin.
You got it.
Okay.
It's like analyzing the different notes in a piece of music to see how well they harmonize.
Yeah.
The researchers discovered that when the vibrational frequencies of the graphene and paraffin are closely matched, there's a strong correlation with higher thermal conductivity.
So the graphene and paraffin need to be vibrating in sync for optimal heat transfer. And those neatly stacked paraffin molecules in the solid state likely contribute to a better vibrational match with the graphene.
That's a key insight, and it underscores the importance of understanding how these materials behave at the nanoscale.
This has been a great start to our deep dives. We've uncovered some surprising findings about how graphene and paraffin interact. But what does this mean for the real world? Why should we care about how efficiently these materials transfer heat? That's what I'm eager to explore next.
Well, the potential applications of this research are quite exciting.
Okay.
To truly appreciate the significance of these findings, we need to understand how the researchers achieved such precise insights into the behavior of graphene and paraffin at the nanoscale.
Okay.
They employed a powerful computational technique
Right.
called non-equilibrium molecular dynamics, or NEMD simulations.
NEMD simulations. That
Sure.
sounds incredibly sophisticated. Can you break it down for me? How do these simulations work?
Essentially, it's like running a virtual experiment on a computer.
Oh, okay.
NEMD simulations allow scientists to model the movements and interactions of atoms and molecules under various conditions. In this case, the researchers were able to apply a virtual heat flux
Okay.
to their simulated graphene paraffin systems.
So they could observe with incredible detail how the heat flowed through the materials in different configurations.
Precisely. And because it's a simulated environment, they have an unparalleled level of control.
Okay.
They can tweak specific variables like the thickness of the graphene layers or the temperature,
Right.
and observe the impact on heat transfer with a level of precision that's just not possible in a traditional lab setting.
So they use these NEMD simulations to systematically test a range of graphene layer thicknesses, from a single layer all the way up to 30 layers.
Yeah.
Which essentially forms a graphite flake, right?
That's right. And that's how they made the surprising discovery that thinner graphene layers actually lead to better thermal conductance.
Wow.
The simulations revealed that as the number of graphene layers increased, the efficiency of heat transfer at the interface actually decreased.
So there's an optimal thickness, a sweet spot, where the graphene maximizes the paraffin's thermal conductivity. Without introducing any drawbacks. But why does adding more graphene eventually become detrimental to the heat flow?
That's a great question, and it's an area where more research is needed.
Right.
One hypothesis is that as you stack more and more layers of graphene, the interactions between those layers start to hinder the smooth transfer of heat. There's a point where adding more layers creates a sort of bottleneck, impeding the flow of thermal energy.
It's a reminder that complexity doesn't always translate to better performance. Sometimes simplicity and elegance are key. Now let's circle back to the vibrational power spectrum analysis you mentioned earlier. That it's a way of analyzing the frequencies at which atoms vibrate. Can you elaborate on how that connects to thermal conductivity?
Absolutely. As we've discussed, heat is fundamentally the vibration of atoms and molecules. The hotter an object, the more vigorously its atoms vibrate.
Okay.
When heat flows from a hotter object to a cooler one, it's essentially a transfer of these vibrational energies.
So the more effectively those vibrations can be transmitted between materials, the better the heat flow.
Precisely. The vibrational power spectrum analysis allows researchers to examine the frequencies of these atomic vibrations.
Okay.
Think of it as analyzing the different notes in a musical composition. Each atom has its own unique vibrational note.
I'm starting to see the analogy here.
Yeah.
So the key to efficient heat transfer is to have those notes harmonize well between the two materials.
Exactly. If the graphene and paraffin have similar vibrational frequencies, they can transfer those vibrational energies and therefore heat much more efficiently.
Okay.
The researchers observed a strong correlation between a good vibrational match and higher thermal conductivity.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
They're essentially listening to the atomic music to understand how efficiently heat is flowing. And remember how we talked about the solid paraffin forming those neatly stacked layers at the interface? It seems likely that those ordered layers contribute to a better vibrational match with the graphene, explaining the higher conductivity in the solid state.
You're absolutely right that structural alignment plays a crucial role in optimizing the heat transfer. Now let's shift gears and explore what all of this means for real-world applications.
Okay.
After all, this research isn't just about theoretical insights. It has the potential to transform how we manage thermal energy in various fields.
I'm all ears. What are some of the most promising applications that come to mind?
Well, one area that immediately stands out is thermal energy storage.
Okay.
Imagine devices like those hand warmers that utilize phase change materials to release heat.
Yeah.
But instead of lasting for a few hours, they could provide heat for days, weeks, or even longer.
That's a pretty compelling vision. More efficient hand warmers might not be the most groundbreaking application, but I can see how this technology could scale up to much larger systems.
Right. By enhancing the thermal conductivity of materials like paraffin, we can make them charge and discharge heat much more rapidly and efficiently. This opens up exciting possibilities for storing energy from renewable sources, like solar power, and releasing it on demand.
So we could potentially heat our homes using solar energy stored in these advanced phase change materials. That sounds like a game changer for the renewable energy sector.
It certainly has the potential, and the applications extend far beyond just heating.
Okay.
We could also utilize these materials for more efficient cooling systems, paving the way for more sustainable air conditioning and refrigeration technologies.
So this research has implications for both heating and cooling, making it even more impactful.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the potential benefits for electric vehicles.
Right.
Battery thermal management is a significant challenge in EVs. And these graphene-enhanced paraffin composites could be a key to keeping those batteries operating at their optimal temperature, extending their lifespan and improving performance.
This is starting to sound like a truly revolutionary technology with applications across numerous industries.
It's definitely an area with enormous potential. We could even envision utilizing these materials in aerospace applications.
Wow.
Where lightweight and efficient thermal management is absolutely critical.
Wow, the possibilities seem limitless, from renewable energy storage to electric vehicles and even aerospace. This research could have a profound impact on the way we manage thermal energy in a wide range of applications.
I agree, and this is just the beginning. As scientists delve deeper into the intricacies of these graphene paraffin composites, I'm confident we'll uncover even more innovative and impactful applications.
This is where things get truly exciting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a potential paradigm shift in how we approach energy storage and thermal management in the 21st century. This research has given us a glimpse into a future where we can harness and control heat with unprecedented precision and efficiency.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This research is a significant leap forward in our quest for a more sustainable and energy-efficient future.
It's been a fascinating journey so far, exploring the intricacies of graphene and paraffin and the surprising ways they interact at the nanoscale. We've delved into the cutting-edge simulation techniques that allowed researchers to make these groundbreaking discoveries, and we've touched upon the vast potential this research holds for shaping a more sustainable future.
We've covered a lot of ground, but there's still more to explore.
We'll be back in just a moment to wrap up our deep dive into this groundbreaking research. We're back, ready to wrap up our deep dive into this fascinating world of graphene-enhanced paraffin. We've uncovered some truly remarkable findings and explored the potential for real-world applications.
It's been a captivating journey, hasn't it? But as with any scientific endeavor, it's important to acknowledge the limitations and identify avenues for future exploration.
Okay.
No single study can answer every question.
That's a great point. So what are some of the key takeaways that have emerged from this research? And what questions have been sparked in your mind?
Well, one of the most significant takeaways for me is the crucial importance of interfacial engineering.
Okay.
It's not simply about mixing graphene and paraffin. It's about meticulously designing how those materials interact at their interface. That's the key to unlocking truly exceptional thermal conductivity.
So it's all about getting those atoms to dance together in perfect harmony.
Precisely, we need to consider factors like the alignment and thickness of the graphene layers, as well as the specific types of chemical bonds that form at the interface. It's a delicate balancing act at the nanoscale.
It's amazing to think about the level of precision required to manipulate materials at that level.
It certainly is, and it highlights the need for ongoing research. This particular study focused on octadecane, a specific type of paraffin.
Right. Octadecane is a common component of paraffin wax, a long-chain hydrocarbon molecule.
Yes, and while it served as a valuable model system for this research, it's just one of many types of paraffin.
Okay.
It would be fascinating to see how these findings translate to other paraffins with different molecular structures and properties.
So this research provides a solid foundation, but we need to expand our understanding of how these principles apply across a broader spectrum of paraffin materials.
Exactly, and it's not just about the paraffin itself. We could also explore different forms of graphene, or even entirely different nanomaterials to see if we can push the boundaries of thermal conductivity even further.
Could we potentially modify the structure of the graphene itself, perhaps by introducing specific defects or functional groups?
That's a very intriguing avenue to explore. And remember how we discussed the importance of a good vibrational match between the graphene and paraffin? Perhaps there are ways to fine-tune that match to create an even more efficient pathway for heat transfer.
This opens up so many possibilities for tailoring these materials to specific applications.
Precisely by understanding the fundamental principles governing thermal transport in these composites, we can move towards designing materials with finely tuned properties for a wide range of applications. It's a very exciting prospect.
We can envision a future where we have a library of graphene paraffin composites, each optimized for a specific purpose, whether it's energy storage, thermal management, and electronics, or something we haven't even conceived of yet.
Exactly. The potential applications are vast and diverse.
So for you listening, we've only just begun to scratch the surface of this rapidly evolving field. This research into graphene-enhanced paraffin offers a tantalizing glimpse into a future where we can manage and harness heat with unprecedented precision and efficiency.
It's a future with possibilities like faster charging batteries, more comfortable and energy-efficient homes, and perhaps even new avenues for tackling climate change through innovative thermal management solutions.
And who knows what other incredible applications await us as scientists continue to unravel the mysteries of these remarkable materials.
The journey of scientific discovery is never ending. That's what makes it so captivating.
Well said. This deep dive into the world of graphene and paraffin has been a true adventure. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the nanoscale with us and that you've come away with a newfound appreciation for the power of material science to shape our world.
And perhaps even a spark of inspiration to delve deeper into the wonders of science.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that spark of curiosity burning bright.